So, what brought you to the institute?
Well, I'm a longtime kindergarten teacher. I've worked with children. I want to say, well, 10 years. Well, I don't need to give anything age like away, but for about 10 years, we'll say I've been working with children. I find myself sometimes much more drawn to the adults that come to pick their children up at the end of the day, and was really just kind of craving a little more adult interaction, adult activity, things along those lines. And I have summer vacation, so I figure I really might as well explore some different avenues, other talents I might have and not often be able to use.
Okay.
Things along those lines.
And had you had any experience in acting or the adult industry before?
Well, often kindergarten, teaching in general, people say it's a form of performance, and I'd like to think so as well. And I wouldn't say I fantasize in the classroom per se, but like I said, after school activities and things like that, I just sort of I thought I'd get a little more adventurous, and sometimes I coach this school plays, but I wouldn't say there's a ton of crossover in those two industries, per se, the kindergarten and well, I suppose we could just say porn, but I'm getting used to the word. I'm improving every day, I'd say. So yeah, and in fact, there's actually one of the fathers of the students is a member, and it's how I found out about it. And I'm into a lot of the daddies, and I just sort of I keep it to myself. But here I can just let loose. So it's been an adventure.
Have you? I think someone just knocked. Yes.
Oh.
It's okay. So, what have you learned while you've been here?
Well, I suppose I could talk a little bit about the wardrobe. I sort of am getting into revealing a little bit more comfortable with my shoulders and more comfortable showing a little bit of knee. I generally wear long pants and sweaters and kids barfing all the time and things, and this is just different fluids involved, different body parts. It's just sort of it's really been a whole bodily experience, and I think that's valuable. I've learned to calm my temper. I really kind of stomach a lot, instead of just kind of erupting and getting angry all the time. It's sort of you have to kind of roll with the punches, and I think that's a valuable skill. So I'm looking forward to going back to school in the fall, but I think it'll just be a whole new me, and I'll know one of the dads quite a bit better. So that's that'll be a fun little wink inside joke at the end of the day every day. So I'm looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think about the faculty here?
I don't know. I don't come from a large. I don't have a lot of experience with Asian men, really. Sort of Southern California suburban kindergarten doesn't draw a lot of the international crowd per se. So it's been fun getting to know Bambi. We have a lot of little inside jokes. He's always kind of smacking me on the butt, and I think it's just kind of a cute relationship there. The other one never. I don't know, the one with the lame girlfriend. He doesn't ever really look me in the eye, so I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on there, but I hope my performance isn't involved, or who knows what. And AJ, well, he's fun to watch. So.
Okay, and where do you see yourself going after this?
Well, like I said, I consider myself I wouldn't say lonely. I wouldn't say lonely, but independent is really the word that I think my family's used to describe me. I'm on my own. I have a pretty solid schedule, and summers off, and I sort of figured. This is also kind of a place to meet people. One can't stay independent per se for the rest of their years. So I could even quit my job, if I don't have to go back in the fall, but I wouldn't really, I don't really know where my skill is taking me here. But so either summer vacation every year, I'd say, or bag the teaching and just really go full force. So I guess rolling with the punches, the skill that I'm learning here will tell the tale.
Has anything from your teaching been influential, or rather, has it helped out with the school here?
Well, you have to be flexible in both careers, I'd say. I mean, you really what I've learned thus far, mentally and physically, I'd say, children are quite limber. I mean, they really, you're trying to grab 7 children at a time with all 4 of your limbs, trying to keep them staying in the classroom, trying to keep them off of your body, away from the blackboard, nap time, trying to keep them in bed, things like this, I suppose. And it's really, you have to stay in shape for both jobs, I suppose, because then you come here and, you're not really ready for some of the positions you're kind of thrown into. And I'd say, I'd say caring about my physique in both my day job and my summer job would really, I just think it carries over, I'd say. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Let's see. What's been your favorite part of your education here?
Definitely being locked in a room with the others when they thought that there was some outbreak and really we were just all having kind of a summer hot day. Was sort of fun. It was like the lock-ins with the kids. I mean, it's sort of, you get shoved into a little room and you're not allowed to leave. You're not really allowed to touch each other, but you all kind of wish you could. It was a fun day, I thought, and really kind of everybody had to take their clothes off and wear a robe. So it was kind of a bonding experience, I guess I'd say. So that was fun. It really was. I wrote a little postcard home about it. I thought it was interesting.
I'm trying to think of any other questions. Well, sure. Have you met any interesting classmates?
Well, like I said, I don't want this to get home to the kids. I mean, I don't want there to be any competitiveness between the parents that, sometimes kindergarten teachers play favoritism or, I remember some people saying that about college. I mean, who really knows, and I don't want to play favorites, but like I said, the daddy that I was drawn to after school every day, it kind of let me in, very subtly. Actually, I couldn't tell if he was hoping I would join the class, but it's been fun because I know him on both sides of my existence here. So that's been really fun, and we've got to we had some dry and non-dry rehearsals together. So that's gonna, I just really, I always tell him, say hi to your puppy for me, when you go home. So I like I said, I'm not gonna name any names, but working with George's daddy's been really fun. So, right.
Favorite sexual, I mean, I don't want to necessarily use the word fetishes, but is there something that you enjoy sexually more than the...
Well, like I said, I don't want to name any names really, but I think the father that I know kind of on both scales, he I didn't know he was a smoker, but he seems to really relate cigarettes to sexual activity, and I actually kind of hope he never really puts it out while we're kind of doing our rehearsals, and it's just sort of, I guess he's the only one that's not, I really just don't want to reveal too much here, but the smoking really kind of turns me on. I don't think I would ever really want that in school grounds, but it sort of makes me, it reminds me that I'm really getting into just some really adult play. I really just try to fill my extra hours around the kindergarten, days with feeling as kind of badass as I can. So that's been fun.